We'll get down on the ground and do a little bit of wake up for the back. We'll start by sitting down without any hands. And then if you have your foam roller or a prop that you like to use, we'll start with that underneath the feet. So you're going to place your feet on that prop, foam roller. This adds a different element of challenge. So curl your spine up, whew, and curl down. So this is going to be waking up your hamstrings, your glutes. We're going to do 10 of these. And lower down. So if you're tight, just go slower and warm up that back. 4. Also, we'll add our breath. Inhale through the nose and lower. And 6. Nice. And 7. And 8. We're going to stay up on this 10th one. 9. So when you're up on the 10th one, hold it up. And if you would like to add on, push the roller forward and back, and push the roller forward and back. And 3, we'll do 10 of those. 4, 5, oh, there's a hamstring. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now lower down and let's take a stretch. The hamstring should be feeling a little warmer now. 5, 4, and then we'll take that out. So we're going to do one long-legged hamstring here lift. So pretty long. You do have a little softness in your knee. Lift your hips. 10 reps. 2, there you go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, stay up and hold. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower. Now let's take the feet into our hands or the ankles into our hands, whatever you can grab, and this is bound angle. We're going to add on some abdominals now. Awesome. Yeah, a little wiggle. All right, so right leg up, left leg down. Now we're going to take 10 with our hands assisting our legs so we get a little hamstring stretch. You can let your calf hit that foam roller if you'd like as well. 3, just barely touch. 4, hi girl. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now let the legs come in. Nice, and we'll do one leg up. You can hold on to your toe or whatever you can grab. One leg down. Now lift up if you can. You might like your hand behind your head for a modification or just hold. So this is a hamstring stretch. You're welcome to add on that flexion. Inhale, pull the belly in, and then switch it up. Now we're going to let your head rest for a moment, and then as you're ready, lift up your shoulder blades. One leg is extending above 10, the floor or the roller, the other leg's lengthening. 5, hamstring. 6, good. 7, modification, hand behind that. 8, 9, and then 10. Hug. Now both hands behind your head. You can lift up your hips to start. So basically your abs are pulling your pubic bone closer to your xiphoid process. If you'd like to add on, you could do both ends together. With osteo, you might just stick with the lower and take 5, take 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just hands to the knees, stir the pot a few times each direction. So get some lubrication, synovial fluid. Now we're going to use our hands underneath our thighs and pop up. Still using the foam roller, so you might want to grab your foam roller and then put your pinky side of your hand on. You don't have to. If you want to use the floor, you can. You can just do this hands on the floor. So if you're using your foam roller, you're going to push into the foam roller with the pinky side of your hands, and then you're going to peel up. So down and up, inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. So breathe in and breathe out. The upper back might get higher as you're here. Lengthen. All right, we're going to hold. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. 8. Notice it get higher. 9. And then lower. Let's do it again. 2 more sets of 10. Come up and hold. 10. Inhale. Whew. And then lower down. All right, let's do it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower. Now, either a child's pose, or if you want to take a down dog for a moment, we're going to come back down, but just stretch, or a windshield wipe. 5. Woo! And then press it back down. Now, this set is for the rear deltoids. I'm going to move this for a moment so it's out of the way, but not too far away. The hands are going to be beside the pelvis. Palms face the floor. Lift up your toes, lift up the knees are off the floor if you can, your torso's up. Now with the arms, lift higher 10 repetitions towards the sky. The arms are going to go like a T and lift higher than your back for 10. This is called the T. And then you're going to take your arms like the Y, so 10. And then again, either a child pose, down dog, or a knee sway. Just something that relaxes you for a moment and gets rid of any excess tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, belly down. Now this is the bow pose. Bend one knee, see if you can reach an ankle. Bend the other knee, reach an ankle. Come up and hold 10. We're gonna do 2 sets of 10. 2. Good, head position. 3, yep, 4, 5, 6, 7, and relax for a minute. All right, we're gonna do it again. Inhale and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And some type of reprieve. So child pose, windshield wipe, or down dog. 5. And then come back. So we're doing great on this series. This is so good for posture. This one is, it's plyo. Your arms are like a Y. Your legs are going to lift up as well. So get ready. Everything lifts up. It's an inhale to everything extend, and then lower. And then inhale, lift, and lower. Now, modification would be to lower your hands towards your pelvis, but otherwise do 7 more. We're doing 10 reps. Everything lifts, everything lowers. 5, feel that whole back body strengthening. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. All right, child's pose or down dog. Good, or a windshield wipe. We're going to do 1 more here, or a little bit more on this extension. Not 1 more, a little bit more. And then come back. All right, on this one, your hands are beside your knuckles, so you have triangles for elbows. You're going to lift up your right leg and your left shoulder. Now they're going towards each other. Your right shoulder and your left heel. All right, right leg, left shoulder, left leg, right shoulder. So this is posterior oblique sling. It's the back diagonal chain of your body. So the back side diagonal oblique chain. Inhale as you do this lift. Exhale as you lower. And 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. And then on the 1, I'm just going to have us do a little windshield wipe. And we'll be doing breaststroke next, which is really good for shoulder mobility and back extension. This is the whole series back extension. So circle your arms as big as you can. Extreme, more than you would if you were swimming. Big and lift every time. Lift. Now you can add a flutter kick with those legs. Hamstrings, glutes are working now. Try 4 more of these breaststroke movements. Recover for a moment and we can windshield wipe, or if you want a child's pose, that is just fine. 5, 2, nice. Now, when you come back down, you can leave your hands as a pillow for your neck and your cheek. Lift up both legs and then tap the feet together. So you've got glutes and hamstrings. 5, and inner thighs. All right, now we're going to do another one here and then change our core exercise group. So arms are like a Y. Lift up your right arm and your left leg, your left arm and your right leg. This one's called swimming. Left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. Now, if you want this harder, all the limbs come off the floor and you continue to do that pattern. We're going to inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So different breathing. Respiratory muscles also need to be trained. And then child pose. Push it back. I'm going to pull the toes under on this one to get the feet stretched. The heels are straight up and down. So if you want to add a toe stretch, you can do that too. And then let's grab a sip. So you've got a sip. Where's my water? Keep going. I'll grab my water over here. Okay. And then we're going to take, this is a possibility. So now if you have a prop and you want to use that forearm on the arc, you can do that. Or if you want to fold your knuckles, or you can use hand weights and put your fingers under the knuckles. So if you have a wrist issue, there's a lot of ways to change it. Now, if you want to add on, lift up your knees and still cat-cow. And still you're hovering. One more way, and you can do this on the forearms too, it just won't feel as flexible. So lift up your heels, articulate through your spine. Go into up dog. Now exhale and tuck the chin. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Lift. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Breathe in. And up. And inhale. And 1. Breathe. And then exhale. Awesome job. Let it rest. Grab a sip of water if you need. Grab, if you have your foam roller, grab it. We're going to do a little bit of abdominals with our foam roller. So on this end, the toe end is your, I'm going to move my water actually, is your foam roller. Now on the other end, you're on your elbows or your forearms. So at first, shift your hips up, push forward slightly and draw back slightly. But so keep your waist down on this one, Betty. So like you're going through a tube. Yeah, there you go. Now, if you toe in, you'll roll out your shins. So if you've done any hiking recently or running, you know, those are great myofascial releases. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, pull however you need to, some type of rest. I'm going to do a child's pose with my shins on the foam roller. Now we're going to do the one you were thinking of, Betty. We're going to do a hip lift, which is like a dolphin. So you're going to be on your elbows or your forearms. Put your, internally rotate your legs so your toes point towards each other. I've got the roller closer to my knees, and then lift up your hips. That way you have a longer range of motion to lift 2. And then you're in a plank, and then you lift 3. And then you lift 4, 5, 6, 7. We're shooting for 10, 8, 9. Really good rolling out of the shins, huh? 10 and recover. Nice job. Now this one's going to be knees under, so I also call it inchworm. So when you're ready, put your forearms down, legs long. The roller's a little closer to your knee side. Pull the knees under and extend. Pull the knees under and extend. 3. Yeah, it's like you're looking at your knees as well when you pull them under so your whole spine flexes. 7, 8, 9, and then recover. So rest here. Grab a sip. We are going to be adding on, but these are pretty challenging or demanding. So grab a sip in between. And it's an oblique motion where the knees go to the left and then the knees go to the right. So still inchworm, but with an oblique. So 10 total. You always have to do an even number on these so that you're even on the right and left. So you're going to bend the knees towards the left, then go to plank, bend your knees to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover. Awesome. Woo! All right, this one is dolphin, but to a left oblique and then a right oblique angle. So you lift your hips, but slight to each side. So it's going to be 10 total. On these right lefts, I'm always going to offer an even number. So we're plank, and then we lift our hips slightly left, go to plank, lift your hips up, long knees slightly right, lift 3, you go to plank every time, 4 in between, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover, rest. Woo! This next one is 4 points of light. The knees are going to go under, you're going to turn left, you're going to turn right, you're going to go back, and then you're going to pull under, pull right, left, go back. But I'll cue it. So forearms down, legs long at first, but the rollers near your knees. Bend your knees underneath you, tilt left, center, right, center, go back. That was 1. Pull your knees under, pull, go right, center, left, center, go back. That's 2. Knees under, left, center, right, center, go back. That's 3. Knees under, right, center, left, center, go back. And then take a breather. Nice job. This one is called leg pull, and we're going to shoot for 10 of them, or you can just hold your plank as a modification. So when you're in plank, you'll lift a leg just an inch or 2 up towards the sky. 2, 3, there you go. 4, the other leg can push harder. 5, down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover. So any type of child's pose, grab a sip. We do want to mix it up now and do different planes. Woo! Grab a sip. This is, what is it? Lady in distress. That's the pose. That was a lot of work. That's what one of my clients used to do after a lot of poses. She'd be like, so we called it damsel in distress. All right, so side plank. Now, either feet stacked or staggered. The stacked is harder, but if it's like bone on bone, then just do staggered. So hold for 10. Modification, feet on the ground or staggered. 3, 5. Yeah, your whole body has intention. 7. Now, when you lower, it's by the hip, so you're never going to collapse at the shoulder. Other side, switch it, and I'm switching it so I can see you. You can turn around if you want, but 10 on a side plank. Good, Betty, I got you. 2, I see you. 3, 4. Now, you see how that helps the hip. The bottom hip is lifted, not dipping, so we're strengthening our bones. And lower. Awesome job. Now, on the other side, again, you could choose. You could do a, hi, you're going to do a side plank. Are you in trouble or something? You're going to do a side plank, and you're going to do thread the needle. Go up and through. Do you get in trouble? And 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, rotation, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Awesome. Other side. Let's hit the other. Side plank, So Cole, was this why you trained your dog to not get in your mat space for exactly this reason that I didn't think of? It's not a problem till it's a problem, is it? All right, here we go. We're going to rotate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 8. You can feel this is a little harder on the foam roller. 9, and then 10. And then let that go. Woo! Hot dog. We'll do a third exercise with the side plank foam roller. You're doing great. This is going to be paint the sky. Let your elbow down. Staggered or stacked feet. Feet staggered is, or stacked or harder. Hand on the hip to start and then go over. Lift the hip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! 10. Good job, guys. All right, other side. Foam roller. Staggered feet is harder. Sorry, yes, stacked feet's harder. And then hand on your thigh. So when you come up, I like to get my balance first. Make sure everything's good before we add established stability before mobility. 2, woo, 3. This side's a little harder for some reason. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Lower down. Really good. Grab a sip. Terrific job, guys. I'm going to do a reverse plank or two here. So an option could be if you have an arc and you need it for your wrist, you could be on your forearms behind you. If you can, put your feet up on your foam roller, and at first we're just going to hold steady for 10. So get ready, hold. 10, good. 2, 3, yep, there you go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Come down and let's do a couple of hand stretches. So one is also wrist. Hold hands with yourself and move your hands around. Good. This one is hands low, like you're trying to separate your palms. Good. This one is just a little grip exercise. So I want you to take your thumb to your first finger and squeeze. You're trying to give yourself a quote workout per finger. Now thumb to middle finger, squeeze like you're crushing a bean between your fingers. Now the third finger, crush, just be strong here. And then the fourth, crush, 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 strong pinky. So my left pinky feels weaker, so I have to give it more attention. All right, and then another trick is hands down. Try to flatten them. Now I want you to just lift the thumb only. Only the thumb, only the thumb, only the thumb. Lower. Only the first finger, only the first finger, only the first finger. You're working your extensors. Lower. Only the middle finger, only the middle finger, only the middle finger lifts. So I can look down and I can see my right stronger than my left. All right, try the third finger. Same thing on this one, but this should make it better. See what you notice. Yeah, my left hand's not wanting to be as strong as an extension. Okay, now pinky, lift up, lift up, lift up. And then let that go. Nice job. So I hope you found out something about that. I took an extra grip workshop recently, so we'll be throwing in some more of those. Let's get down to the roll up, heels on. And then Betty, you can also do bridges as well. I think you might have missed the original bridges, but if you want, the move is roll up with knees coming in. So take 3 of those, or you could do bridges if one needs a backup plan. 2, inhale, and 3. Now, because we have the roller, it's a little easier to do these obliques. So knees left, arms right. We do 4 of these just to be even. 2, 3, good, and 4. And the last one is your knees are in, and then when you come up, you straighten them and you go over. Now there's a little stretch. 2, 3, and 4. Nice, and then that worked out good. Take that roller underneath your sacral area. You can put your hands on either side and lift up. Now we're going to take a stretch and a stretch. So you're taking a pair of scissors, try to lengthen one leg towards your face, try to lengthen one leg towards the floor. Now, big, huge bicycle, you want to feel a humongous range of motion. And then bicycle backwards, so point, flex, point, flex. Good. Now legs up, go out wide. Whoops, I can't go out wide because of my wall, but there, now I got it. Okay, so point, flex, and can you go as wide on both legs? Point, flex, 3 more. Point, flex, point, flex. Now, this is called a helicopter. So scissor, scissor, circle, scissor, scissor, circle, scissor, scissor, circle, scissor, scissor, circle. You're getting the benefit of flexibility. You're getting the benefit of decompressing the spine because our hips are elevated higher than the lumbar spine and vertebra disc, intervertebral disc. You're getting the benefit of a neural pattern while you exercise, and you add coordination and memorization. You get even increased benefits towards neurology. Now get ready. We're going to take a stretch. Grab a leg, whatever leg is closer. Take the other one and let it drop or pour. Ah, yeah, there you go. Let it pour down. 5. Isn't that nice? Breathe in and then switch it up. Now we're going to let one leg pour. So if this knee tries to bend a lot, you've got a tight quad. If it tries to go out to the side a lot, you got a tight psoas. This hamstring is when it's happening at top, getting a stretch. 5. Isn't it nice that a stretch on top of that? And now this is a split. So take your legs up and open them up. And you can use your hands to help out. So your hands could assist. Not force, but assist. 10. Nice, and then gently come out of there. Hot dog, good job. Grab a sip, nice job. Grab a sip, we're gonna do a little arms, some type of push-up. So you can do this on the wall, you can do it on the floor, hands and knees, something for your arms. So one way, just do 15 of whatever you're doing, maybe on the wall, maybe you can do a band as well, anything that does your arm work. That's the, yeah, that's perfect. 5, good. 6. You got it. Yep, shoulders are down, I like it. Elbows are close. And then a recover. Nice job. Good. And nice. We'll take a little bit for the obliques now. So you can, I can move this out. Arm is underneath your ear. Now, this is frontal plane. Both legs lift up. We're going to do a small little pattern. 3, 4. Feel the obliques. 5, 6, 7. Now that was 10. If you want, you can lift up your upper body in some manner. Maybe both arms, maybe one hand down here. Yeah. 4. Good. Sideways. 5. Whoops. 6. 7, the backup plan would be just do the legs. 8, 9, I can tell I need to get a little further away from the wall, so I'm just gonna fix that. Now, come inhale, exhale, up. Now you're controlling this. Breathe in, teaser. Good, this is also called banana boat. You go sideways, banana, into boat. And 4, we've got 2 more. We have one more. Ta-da! Everything's on the other side. Now I've got to move my mic for this. It's a big fat metal square digging in my hip. So we move that and the wires too. Okay, arm underneath your ear. That ought to be good. Both legs go up. 2, 3, feel your obliques. 4, 5, 6. The exhale definitely helps, right? Now the upper body is going to be 10 lateral flexions. If you need to modify, you can put a hand down, or you could even just keep your legs as the part you're focusing on. 3 more. Good. Lateral flexion, so you feel your abs. Now we're going to do a banana boat. So this is the banana, and then this is the boat. And then come back the way you came up. Come up. And then turn the way you came into it. See if you can use control and not just flail your arms madly to get up. Violently flailing your arms, but you're in control. And exhale, hold that teaser. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Let it go. Nice job. We're going to take a sip and then do a couple of posture stretches. You guys are doing great. One is the arms open and then take a rotation. Ooh, upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then arms open. And exhale, upper back. And 5, 4. So these are all posture. Now I'm just going to leave one hand on my knee. But another way to do lateral flexion is to put a hand down, as long as you feel a big side stretch. 10. Breathe in and up. Feel those areas that need it. And then we'll do a rack posture. So this is another posture of stretch that's good for the posture, meaning the upper back, shoulders, lift your heart, head. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Grab a sip. We're going to do just a little bit of standing up. So standing up movements. Thinking about touching the body parts. So I'm going to stand up without any hands. That's my offer, challenge. All right. So just to make sure the legs are good, we do 5 of these squats. You select the range of motion. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, and then just hold for 5. So find a place. So I'm going to go a little lower. 5, 4. I've got like a soft neck. I like that. 3. I like you guys' neck. 2. And then you gently come up. Now we're going to be taking a one-legged, but let your blood pressure adjust. There it is. Sit down. Yep. Sit up, put up a leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then try to stand up without. So I'm just touching the muscles. Take a moment. I take a little bit for that blood pressure adjust. Okay, here we go. Settle. Now self-regulate your range of motion. Lift up, self-select. All right, so hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! Inhale. And then exhale and come up. Take a little breather. Nice. Now this one's dynamic. You can touch the wall or your foam roller. Lift up a foot. Go down as low or as happy as you feel like you can. So I'm going to try to touch knee to mat. And I recommend if you are trying to go to the floor, you put something soft between your knee and the floor, but you could also use a yoga block or your foam roller to touch, or you can just self-select. 3, we're gonna hit 5 of these. 4, yep, good. You will fold forward on these. Your knee, we want to track well with your second toe. Now, you're upright. I'm gonna change my body position just so you can see my folding leg. That's a great trick, that foam roller there. Bend the knee. Now, one leg feels different right away. So it does get stronger, but you're like, okay, you have to wake up the neurology sometimes. 2, 3, good. 4, 5, awesome. Take a breath. Now I'm gonna have us warm up our calves because I'm gonna be doing calves, Pogo, which is for pliancy, and jumping. So this is actually, when you warm up, we did about 5 heels. Now you're gonna add your toes, so just make sure your whole lower leg, these are just great anyway, you can do them anytime. 2, you see how I'm not folding at my hips to make this happen, I'm lifting up from my ankles, right? So about 10 of those. If you need more for warm up, do it. But the next is Pogo. So kind of like your whole body is stable, but your ankles are flexible. Nice. And then you can keep doing this, or calves, or you can do 5. So we're doing 5 of everything. 5 huge jumps, vertical. 1, and if you were near a wall, you could measure it. 2, like you touch and see how high you can go. 3, 4, 5. Now walk it out for just a minute. We've been working on these a little bit. We've done them a couple times. We're gonna do the broad jump. And even if it's just a ½ an inch, you know, or a foot, that's better than nothing. So you're gonna take a broad jump long and you work your way up to it. So you can start low and 1. So then I'm gonna just make sure I have enough room. Make sure you have enough room. 2. This helps with bone density as well. This is a fitness test. 3, but even for adults. And 4, we're doing 5 of these, so 1 more. Breathe in. 5, nice. And then take a little breather. Whew. We're gonna do a balance. This is one of the easier ones because you guys, we've been working on this forever. Tree is one-legged balance. Now, I'm gonna add on the arms that are like a cow face, or that are cow face. Okay, so I'm gonna do a slow 10 count of these just because the association with preventing risk of falls is about a minute. I'm gonna do a slower count. This is a good chance to get your breathing back. We're matching today, Betty. Yeah. Little cues are that you're opening the knee like you're opening a page of a book. Your hips are level and your shoulders are opening, your head's in line, ear in line with the shoulder. Now at the same time, you're balancing, try to take the hands out, lower the foot. Lift and spread your toes, foot up. I'm doing the cow face. You could also do interlaced fingers or palms, but a little slower count than I did on the other ones because this one's associated with not falling. Fall prevention. Yep. You're tall and you're breathing fully. Whoa. 5, 4, that's okay, 3. Now with your just one-legged balance, fingertips, lower. All right, so I'm gonna just offer a knocking on the door of life because we're gonna add on a dynamic series, half moon with a quad stretch possibility. So there's little sequence we're doing. I'm going to turn the right toes out. Left foot can turn in a bit, arms out. Now, I am going to soften the knee. If you want a yoga block or your foam roller, you can put it underneath your hand. But you see how this is a dynamic balance and you're changing your vestibular system. So hold 10. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if you'd like, bend that top knee and hold the foot and open up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Release your leg high and then gracefully come back. All right, here we go, other side. So lift and spread your toes to the left. And you can hinge, slowly bend that knee, fingertips to the floor or to your yoga block. Leg up, arm up. 10, expand. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you can bend your top knee until your hand can find that foot and then open up. 10. Breathe in, release the foot high in the air, lift, and then come on back. Woo! Awesome job. Grab a sip, meet me back here, and go down without using your hands. Totally empty. 1 camel pose, toes under. All right, 1 arm up and back, 1 arm up and back. Lift your heart. Breathe, chin tuck. Good. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale, 1 hand forward, 1 hand forward. Nice, let it go. I'm going to take a few stretches here. So one is the inner thigh stretch. You can let your legs out wide. We touched on this when we did the foam roller legs. So we'll go right down the middle first, which means either hands on the floor or hands on your shin. And you can tuck and soften. Nice. Ah, yeah, so that looks good. Yeah, and then we'll touch base with it. Now you can scooch into one side. One way is to just put your hand in the middle and 1 arm up. So try that. Yeah, just see, but you might, yeah, just make it your own. I am going to do a little small rotation here. If you find that beneficial for your body, you can add that too. Yep. Good, inhale. And then up and over, we're going to go to the other side. I just want to forewarn you, we're getting ready to do a little foam rolling to release some of these tight areas. So see how you feel with these stretches. Yep, make sure your leg didn't hurt. Five, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale up. Grab your foam roller, the one that you used earlier for the swans and the abs. And I'm going to offer a couple ways to do these. One is sit on your roller. And if you want to just try moving back and forth, you might be tight enough that that's what you need and you don't need to add on. I mean, some people can even get it pretty good here. Another trick, yeah, just see. So you can feel. You could do a right ankle to left thigh, figure 4. And Betty, I think you normally do well with this one, yeah. And then you lean on the side that you're stretching out, you lean a little bit more on that side. You notice you can go really high, you can go sit bone, you can go really lateral. So we're all different. We all might look different to what we need. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. How are you feeling? 2. Now, you may feel when you go to the other side, you can lift it up. I'm going to turn just so I can see better and not turn my neck so much. But see what you feel on that one. Go high. Go lateral. Maybe you need the sit bone. But give that hip some attention. Breathe in. You can always use your knuckles on the floor behind you if you need. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, whoo, there's a spot, 2, hello, and then 1. And we're going to get the side. So if you get on like you're doing a side plank, get on your forearm. But instead of having the foam roller so far away, you have a foot down and you have the roller. You could start near your hip. Yeah, you might deviate forward to where you're kind of hitting that quad in that IT and that TFL. Or maybe you need it more hamstring. And you're rolling down toward your knee, but a few inches shy of it. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then try your other side. So we'll hit that lateral flexion and, or excuse me, lateral side, maybe near your hip. If you go forward a little bit, you get that TFL and or lateral quad. Uh-huh. And you want to feel like your breathing is continuous, that you're not tempted to hold it. The breath, you might hit that hamstring. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are going to hit the inner thigh. So a lot of times this one won't tell you it bothers you until your outer hip hurts or your psoas or something. So take your one leg, so my right leg's like a plank. I'm up, my forearms are down, and I'm taking the roller across the inner thigh. So my back leg is knee off the floor. Curl your toes under and lift your, now lift up like your knee is off the floor because your right leg's long, yeah. And feel how that inner thigh is. Sometimes people are surprised to feel like that one has tension, but that, you know, you don't know it when you're going through your day. but it can twist the hips. So 10, 9, 8, or it can pull on the knee. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 on the other. Phew! Okay, so one leg is like a plank. The knees off the floor. You're gonna get that inner thigh like it's in a frog pose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathe in. Good. And then upper back. So you lie on your back, you put your back on your foam roller. Now hands behind your head is always nice because your neck doesn't have to work so hard. Go back and forth and back and forth. And you could do this in flexion, or you can do it in extension. Breathe in. Inhale. See if you need flexion or extension more. 5, 4, 3, and then we're going to the side. So if you have felt rounded in your shoulders, this one's for you. So the back of your armpit is where the lat twists. It's a big, powerful back muscle. Or if you felt like your low back's tight, or if your arms feel like they're just turning in more than you're liking, this one, you feel the rear part of your axillary, what's the normal word? Armpit. And then you're also probably feeling that deltoid, that rear shoulder. So breathe into it, 10. This will help the low back because of its attachment down here in the sacrum and the ilium, and it'll help the arm. All right, we're gonna go in the shoulder. We're gonna go on the other side and hit it. So we're just touching base with some of these big areas that need attention. Arm, and oh, is one of yours different than the other? Yeah, mine too. My right one was so tight, and my left one's hardly given me any feedback, just a little tight. So it's like an 8 tightness versus a 3. So it's just see what you feel, but I'm right arm dominant. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, round that scapula. Cole, let's do that. That sounds good. Can you either take your arms behind you like a pillow, or your foam roller, or your hands, or if you don't need anything. Now I'm gonna do my knees like this. It's a really nice bound angle supine, and hold 10, 2, let go in your body, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then when you're ready, come up. Woo! What a varied workout, huh? So just notice how you feel. Take a moment to notice how you feel. And just give your mind a chance to have a break. It works so hard all day, so we're just gonna feel that sense of worthiness without trying to figure out anything, just a reconnection to who you really are. And notice how good that is when your you blends with the who you really are, the deeper you, and we'll make an intention to stay closely connected to that feeling of peace and wellness and that feeling of connection to your higher self for the rest of the day. Thank you guys so much for having an open personality on